What's going on, chipheads? Today I'm going to bring you a little bit of an America's Cardroom Blitz Poker highlight reel from my gameplay last night. We're going to start out with the two coolest hands I made. I know most YouTubers would keep their highlight clips for the end of a video, you know, to keep you watching, but screw it. I'm new to this. Hi, I'm Kyle. I play poker sometimes. I do other things. So let's go ahead and check out the two craziest hands I had yesterday. No shit, I made a royal flush and then within an hour I flopped quads and I got both of them on camera. So I started recording this one a little late because I saw opportunity with what we had out on the board and my starting hand. I had king jack of spades and we got queen 8-10 with the queen and 10 of spades on the flop. Now, of course, I'm calling any amount all day with these odds on making any of the hands I could possibly make. You know, a 9 gives me a straight, a 9 of spades gives me a straight flush, any spade gives me the second nut flush, and if I get really lucky, I could hit the ace of spades and make a royal. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I better start recording, and I hit record and go ahead and call this fool's bet, and we're gonna see a turn card. And boom, bam, just like that, royal flush. There is nothing that can beat me. It's not possible. Now I'm gonna slow play and hope I get a little action. I'm trying to figure out whether I should check or what I can bet and get away with that I think I'll get a call. And I ultimately decide on checking, hoping he has 2 spades in his hand. That 10 pairs on the river, and I decide at that point I can't check again and risk not getting, you know, or getting it checked back to me. So I raise to about half pot, and they fold. I show because you got to show the royal, and I only made about $1 profit off that hand. And that is when these bad boys appear. We get pocket kings. I go and raise, hoping I actually get some action with them. I know I'm getting at least one caller at this point. And we're just hoping to see a king on the flop. And there's 2 of those motherfuckers right there. There's 2 kings. So we flop quads. Nothing's beating us here. Really unlikely that he could ever get to a royal flush. That card seals the deal. Nothing's ever going to beat us. So now I want to get paid. And that's the hard thing in this position, is figuring out what you can get away with. Well, now the guy who's on the big blind goes ahead and makes it a quarter for me. So I'm like, well, I'll just smooth call, flat call it, see if we can build this pot up. And that spade on the river is a really good card for us because it's likely he just made his flush, and I was really hoping he had an ace of spades. Probably had ace queen of spades, my guess at this point. So I'm just sitting here and acting, making it seem like it's a tough decision. Oh, am I beat? Whatever will I do, Sir Robert 0206? Well, obviously I'm gonna raise. Dip into the time bank a little bit. And we're just gonna straight 2x raise it. He folds. Don't get any more action. I show. And just like that, flopped quads and a royal flush within an hour of each other. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you, like I said, maybe another 10 or 12 hands from Blitz Poker last night on America's Cardroom. I hope you enjoy it. There's all sorts of things. You'll see me get dealt kings back to back in sequential hands and get no action both times. I'm really good at getting no action with aces, you'll see that. But then there are some pots there where like a flopped full house and I get action there. I was pretty proud of myself on that one. A couple little moves last night where I definitely pulled in a few dollars and cents. So check it out. Thanks for watching, and there's going to be a bunch more of these coming up soon, especially since we're all stuck at home. I was on America's Cardroom playing some Blitz Poker at the 5-10 cent level. I like playing 100 hands and seeing how it goes. And this is the highlights from my last 100 hands I just did, showing you the best or my favorite hands of the session. So here we go. Alright, so here I'm on the small blind. I have queen 4 suited, diamonds. It comes back to me, I want to limp in. to see what we hit, and there we hit a full house. I want to check and see if we can get the guy to bet. 3 spades come out, so we're hoping he has spades. Check it one more time. He checks. Bingo, there's the 4th spade. It's likely he has one. I'm gonna min raise here, or min bet, and really we're hoping he does something, and there he does. He raises to $1.10, and now I just want to make it seem like I'm thinking before I commit my raise here. I'm just deciding how much I think I can get out of the guy. I think he'll call 235. He does. His cards go in the muck, and we're already up on the session. So a few hands later, I have 10-9 on the button. I like hands like 10-9 on the button. So I raise it a little bit, just for position. And bingo, we flop trips. So once again, I'm looking for action. I'm deciding what I can get away with here. I decide to check it, hoping he's hit that queen now. And there he's betting. We're just gonna min raise it. And now I'm a little worried about that spade, but I'm committed in this pot. I'm gonna put some more money in, get a little more out of him. And he goes into the muck. We won another. Now I hate ace king, but on the small blind it's pretty disguised. So I want to raise it though. It's already been raised. So let's see how this works out. Now it's not that bad of a flop, except we are up against the big blind. Under the gun I'm not worried about at all. The big blind could very likely have an 8 in his range though. But I'm in a continuation bet, and there's my king on the turn. The guy I wasn't worried about is the only caller I have, so now I have no idea where I'm at in this hand. And he re-raises. So now I'm extremely worried, but I'm gonna call one time. And there's my king filling me up. I'm unbeatable unless he has 2 8s, so bye-bye. A few hands later, we have king queen offsuit under the gun. I decide to raise it for whatever reason. If it's suited, it's worth playing under the gun, but offsuit, it's kind of risky. Play in terrible position, especially against stacks this size like Chris B has. He's gone. I hit my king on the flop, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet it. And we have a caller. A little worried, not too worried. Bet again. I call one time. I don't know where I'm at in this hand, so I check. He checks, and our king is good. I think I just had him out kicked is my guess. A few hands later, I have king 7 of hearts. Suited kings, I'll play every suited king in any position, unless it gets re-raised a stupid amount. I'm deciding how much to raise or whether I should limp here. I limp for some unknown reason. The button raises for me. And obviously I'm calling. Just hoping to see some hearts, and bingo, there they are. Always worried about the ace of hearts. An ace is in the button's raising range for sure, but I'm definitely gonna call. I decide to raise, really decide and see where I'm at, and I'm committed. Let's see. Oh, he's only got a 9. He's drawing dead. We're good. Up almost $10 on the session at this point, and we pick up aces. And unfortunately, this is what happens sometimes when you get aces. Min raise it and get no action even from the big blind. And then we're dealt jacks. At this point I'm sitting there deciding how much to raise, and he steals my amount. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, so I decide just to flat. It's a pretty safe flop for us.
I'm only worried about, you know, maybe the guy in the small blind having a 5 possibly. And since I'm closing action, I'm going to bet it every time. And we scoop another. Now we have an ace on the small blind. That's always nice to have. You're always hoping just to hit it. Under the gun raises for us, so our hand's a little more disguised, and there is a nice flop. Ace, deuce, ace. Now it's possible he could have ace king, ace queen, ace jack, ace 10, even pocket 10s with the way he raised, but I doubt it. So I'm trying to scoop as much as I can off the guy. It doesn't work, but hey, we won. And now we get kings. So we raised to 25 cents, just 2.5 times the big blind, trying to get a little action. Come on, action. Where's our action? Now here I make a mistake. I don't have a problem admitting when I make mistakes. I raise too much. I should have slowed down and raised only, 2x what he did, but that gave away my strength, and we won still with kings. And this is literally the very next hand, back-to-back hands, pocket kings. Same raise. Let's see if we can get action. Come on, action. Come on, action. The button really wanted to call. Small blind's thinking about it. Big blind's thinking about it, and no action with kings 2 hands in a row. A few hands later, we have king 7 on the big blind. Let's see where this goes. We're about 76, 77 hands into my 100 hands at this point. I hit my king. I'm a little worried about my kicker. I check to see where I'm at in the hand. Now I wanted somebody to bet, and that's the guy I was worried maybe having ace king. So I call. That 9 doesn't really help me at all. It's a pretty wet board in a few ways at this point. Queen jack just got there on a straight. A spade, we don't want to see a spade on the river. And this is one of those one-time moments. I decide I'm just going to call the $10 and see if I get lucky and hit that 7. I really want to hit that 7 on the river. Come on, lucky number 7. I'm going to call. Yeah, let's call. And there's my 7. I think I'm good at this point. I check, hoping he'll bet, and he checks. But we still win. Puts us up about $10 on the session. Here we are, maybe 10 hands later at pocket 5s. I don't like these small pairs. So obviously I'm going to raise, thin the field, and this is how it works sometimes. You thin it too much. But we won with pocket 5s. Very next hand though, we're dealt pocket 6s. On the small blind, under the gun +1, raises. There's a re-raise on the button. And now I'm deciding what I should do. I'm going to flat, because it's hard to hit a 6. You want to see that 6 on the flop, but what percentage of the time is it coming? And we don't know what Claire winner is going to do yet. They call, and my screen glitches, and that happened. America's Cardroom was overloaded, and boom, there was my 6. So I check. Flop is set. We're in great shape. I doubt anybody has 8s or jacks. So at this point, I know I'm raising. I just don't know how much I'm raising. My brain's going, give me money, give me money, give me money. So I decided to just min plus a few cents. He calls. That 3 is a very safe card. We want to avoid a 6, or want to avoid any spades. Unless it's the 8 of spades to pair the board. That 9 looks really safe unless he has pocket 9s, then we're screwed. I decide I'm going to get a little, or bet a little over half pot, hoping he'll call and get maximum value here. He does. There's the muck. Now we're up 16 bucks on the session. And here I am right at the end of the 100. I think this 6-3 of hearts was my 100th hand. But I finished the session. I bought in for 8, finished the session at 24 and change. We'll see the number here in just a second. But overall, I really like playing Blitz poker. The 5 cent, 10 cent range is very affordable. And I plan to make more of these at higher levels, as well as the same 5-10 cent level I was just playing at. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for videos in the future. Don't forget to count your chips and watch your hands.